and not be weak.
But that's the thing, though. Not knocking. Me and my daughter sitting back watching. You know, I'm into the kung fu.
Can you monitor the IG comments or no?
And so she can't. And so, what that is?
Can I see that? Cause y'all, if I can show y'all my baby girl right now. She got like 2 tablets, a laptop, a phone.
Trying to monitor. Because the one thing that I looked at today, right, I'm watching the little kung fu film. It's no knock, but I look at it. That's what everybody. That's what everybody do. What happened?
That's gonna overflow.
Can somebody ask her if she want to cook, please?
I'm just saying.
Because I mean, overflow. I get it.
I just know I'm gonna be the one cleaning out the oven.
Really?
Yes.
You gonna be the one cleaning out the oven?
Yes.
Seriously. Real talk.
Okay, baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we was watching it, and then it was a young kid that was learning the kung fu thing, but something sad happened that made him cry. They was like, no, stop that crying, suck it up. But that's what we've been hearing our whole lives, so it's like we cannot show our emotion. But then when we show our emotion, now we become a threat. But hold on, you just saying I can just talk about it.
Right.
So it's like, where can we actually go to talk about it? At times, a lot of us don't have that safety in our home to where we can talk to our wives that won't take our vulnerability and try to throw it back in our face when something else happens. So it's like, where can we talk? Who? Where? Who?
Right. And
we go talk to our boys, but come on, you got that one that you can talk to, be real with. But then some of them, come on, fellas, be real with me.
So Cassandra, she says Superman. You got Batman. You also have all of them are Marvel men too. And she said put a baking sheet underneath it just in case it falls. Thank you, girl. I so appreciate you. You thinking about me. She said put a baking sheet underneath just to make sure it doesn't overflow. So I love it. And then somebody else so we got Barbara Johnson said Superman and Spider-Man. You're right. There are a lot of male figures that they show the men being strong, right? They show them being the superheroes. They show them saving the day. They show them in these, in the light of them really saving the day, saving life, saving humans, saving people.
But think about it though. Think about the Disney joint, the new Captain America. Think about that joint though. Mm-hmm. On how it took a whole bunch of kids to basically break the infrastructure of the government. All because of, now I'm just saying, we know, I understand the day that we're living in.
I don't think I saw
but
that.
I looked a little deeper into that. But because the same thing, it became a threat. So you're saying, who can I literally talk to that will actually listen and not be afraid, or two, not be afraid or not try to use that against me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, I got to send up. Think about it. Even look at Jesus. Jesus had to talk to God all the time. Think about it. Every time he said what? Oh, ye of little faith.
But I just
I know that's a bit far-fetched, but I'm just saying.
But no. So and I say yeah, but no. But like here on earth, it's more of how can we do a better job to the men? How can we do a better job of making sure that you have a safe place to communicate?
Y'all like that layer? That layer is nice.
To share your thoughts. Can you put a baking sheet underneath just to make sure it's not gonna overflow?
Yes, I can put a baking sheet underneath.
I appreciate you so much.
I'll put it right here so you can clean it.
Thank you. So how can we do a better job at that? Y'all let us know, right? I know we had some men come on, was it last week?
I think it was.
And they were just talking about how when they do share, they're trampled upon, right? When they do share, it's new. She said, nice layers. Thank you. When they do share, it's taken and it's displayed in a way that is not honoring them in their weakness.
Right.
Like it's done as a gut check. It's done as shots fired in times as get back. So how can we do a better job with making sure that we open and we have a safe place and a safe space for people to share, for the men to share?
But I want to ask this question real quick though. Hey respond.
I know Tony on here.
How safe?
I know David on here.
If your husband is watching, hey, give me a 1 if your husband is listening in.
You don't want to wave offering.
Give me, give me a wave offering. Hallelujah. Give me a wave offering. If your husband is listening in. Because I want to ask a question though. Really, ask your husband, how safe are they in their home where they can speak openly and not be judged?
So we don't want to put nobody on blast.
Oh, no, we don't want to. I tell you what.
That can cause an argument in somebody's house, right? And then we're not doing that.
We don't want to do that. Ask this. Okay, how about this? If you believe that your place is safe for the husband and the wife to talk openly with no judgment.
No, that's still not.
Just put it, huh? No, because the thing is,
them up, baby.
Listen, but then, so now my question would be, okay, well, how is our communication? How is our intimacy?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because if it's not a safe place for me, guess what that'll happen?
Right. You're right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
So it's like, nah. If I'll be honest, there was a point where I did not feel safe to talk openly because of I felt that it was gonna come back. I felt that I'm be judged against it versus just stating how I feel. Even to the point where by me keeping it so bogged in, man, oh man, my temper was quick.
So let me ask this. Okay, so we got Sean Jacobs said that's a rough book, bro.
Hey.
So let me ask this question. What did I do differently to allow you to feel like you could now have a safe place that you did not have before? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Didn't he just say there was a time when he could share?
On the real, it wasn't what she did. It was what I just decided. Because for me personally, I got tired of how bad it kept making me feel. I got tired of having suicidal thoughts when I know I love me some me. I got tired of these challenges that I kept having to deal with, but I come to recognize that it was, and put it like this, I know that I'm a strong man. And in any instance that the enemy can do his best to try to take me out, he'll do it. Because it got to the point, and this is what happened. I ended up getting a job where I'm working with a whole bunch of therapists. And so I would just ask them questions. But then in talking with one of them, she was just, because I was an accountant by trade. But in talking with one of them, we'll just have a conversation, but just going back and forth. But she'll begin to drop some nuggets. And I'll be like, oh, shoot, back. But in that, it was just where I literally just made a decision. It wasn't because I realized I had to create my own safe place. Why? Because you're going to always be judged. You're going to always be ridiculed.
Right.
You're going to always have these things coming at you. But then you look at, that's my wife or that's my husband. So it's like, I should not have that. You're right.
Right.
You should not have that. But you got to look at it. Your wife may have some baggage that they had to deal with when they was a kid that they haven't got rid of or dealt with yet. You might still have some more stuff, or your husband may have some stuff that they had to deal with as a kid. So then, therefore, because even during that time, our communication wasn't like that. And truth be told, we still working on our communication. You know what I mean?
It's continual.
It's always. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off at all.
That's your fourth.
I really did.
That's your fourth time cutting me off.
I really didn't. I'm so sorry. Come back and finish.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I think that we have to always learn that we're always going to be perfecting and working on who we are and who we want to become. And one of the comments in IG is phenomenal. Cassandra, I hope I'm saying your name right. Cassandra. She says,
tell her, quit saying your whole government name.
I think letting our men feel safe is huge. Like pointing out the things that I think is a burden for him and let him know that I got his back and he's not alone. That we're partners, not enemies, because there's only one enemy. Yeah. And that's so key.
And that's right.
That is so key.
And that's the thing. But the part is And the only thing I want to say, there are literally so many women that say that, but what are your actions are betraying?
But I think it's not that we don't want that to happen, right? Hey, KJ the Psycho Breaker, love you too, boo. I don't think that it's that we don't want that to happen, right? What's really important for us to understand is that hurt people hurt people. And as much as we may love our spouse, it might be one thing that triggers us back from childhood. I'm not saying it is right, but it might be that one thing that triggers us back from childhood. And as a result of that trigger, now we've said something or we've done something to hurt our spouse or to tear down our spouse or to not give our spouse, make our spouse feel like it's a safe space. So it's not that we don't love them. It's that we're hurting as well. And as a result of us hurting, we now have to go through that healing process so that we can properly know how to love our spouse, how to treat our spouse, how to make a safe space for our spouse.
Safe. But so it's that thing. So now this is the question.
Yeah.
Now Max, this question. Who is willing to see where they're at? That's because it boils down to that.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
somebody's got to lead it.
So, and it's like, this is one thing. It's going to take two to tango. We get that. But it only takes one person to make a change.
Yeah.
And so the question is, I decided when I got, because understand, when you get fed up and when you get tired, guess what? You're going to make change. But this is the thing that got me. You look at it, right? When I look at Rosewood, right? When I look at Rosewood, it all developed over a lie. Yeah. But what happened? It was either I run for the hills or I lose my life. And it was that decision. But then I look at it. Every time where you see what we have to do, we got to run from the situation. Because we know if we stay and fight, what's going to happen? We're going to die and lose even more. So it has been conditioned into our brains to run. But I double dog dare any man right now, any husband, to one, stand your ground.
So can I ask this question?
Ask that joint. Hold on. We got questions, comments.
Miss Cassandra said, I agree. I have to say these things to him and I have to notify my face so that my countenance matches my heart.
Yes.
I
love that.
I love that. Keep on.
Right. We're doing a 5-day challenge on IG, and so I'm grateful for the new followers and the new people we have on IG as well. So I'm excited about that. Thank you so much, Cassandra. So appreciate your value and you showing up today. And then somebody else said a woman scorned. That's kind of what we go through. Someone else said they love this education. Sending love from Rutland.
Hey, Rutland, what's
beautiful
up?
Kitchen. The kitchen is beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful house. And I think
we ain't showed you the whole house yet, but okay, thank you though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, love you guys.
Because it look a mess over there behind the camera. Ooh, it look a mess.
So let me ask this question, and I guess to be a little bit more specific, because I want to make sure that and that we're more specific. So what is it that the men normally are going through that they don't feel like they can share, that they feel like they have to put all that weight on their shoulders? And I know for every man it might be different, but on a general basis, and I'm not a man so I can't answer that, but what are some of the things that are like weighing them down that they feel like they have to carry that weight?
Oh man, like one, right? Say like if a brother lose their job, oh my God, it was hell in my house when I didn't have a job. I'm dead serious. I'm not lying. Even to the point where, the first time, because when we got married, it was, prime military. So when she was military, I was the military dependent. That's what they called me, and I wore it as a badge of honor. But when we had to move, I had to find a new job. It was pure hell for me. And then when I find a job, now everything is back lovely. So, but then it's like, so now, how can I be vulnerable with you when if I'm not bringing in nothing, but I'm out here trying to get it. Listen, y'all, let me tell you something. It was so bad, I opened up my own car detailing business. It was that bad. Hear me. Mine, I told you, my background is in accounting. But I opened my own detail business. It was that bad. But, again, it wasn't bringing in what we were accustomed to. So I'm still getting this. So then cool. Got a job, doing it well. Then management changeover. And so it's because that was funny. But anyway, I ended up getting laid off for this one. Mine now, my severance package was enough to last us for a full 2 years, and I'm just sitting on my tail. But guess what? And the sad part is, I told my son, I said, all right, give your mama 2 weeks, and she gonna say something. And dead serious, 2 weeks. My son is right here. He'll be like, yeah, it was 2 weeks, literally. 2 weeks, here it comes again.
Right.
All I did, I just put my resume out there. I was back at work. It didn't bother me. But then, now it came to a place where God said, listen, I need you to leave. I battled so much because of the first 2 trials.
Yeah. Gabby J, it's so good to have you back, Gabby.
So,
missed you.
It's understanding. It's like, yo, but at that time frame, I just got to that place. I said, you know what? I don't care, but I'm not finna run.
But did we not have the conversation? And I think so. For everybody who is new tonight, y'all don't scorn me. Don't hang me.
No, it's not.
We are very vocal about and very transparent about
what
we've been through inside of our marriage, because we believe that what we've overcome, we can help somebody else, and we've noticed that as we share what we've been through, it also lets another couple who might be going through that situation right now know that they are not alone. In addition to that, it gives them hope to know that they can come through. They can come out of it. And so some of the different things that they say is the comments was their emotions, not a safe space to express themselves. They're not taught to show their emotions. They got the bills, they got the kids, they got the coworkers, all can cause stress. And then when we have to travel, they have travel jobs, and sometimes they're away from their spouse, being the head of the household. So the time not spent. Yes, having to be away and at work days in times, and then trying to be sure that the family has everything that they need. Those are some of the different things, being head of the finances. And we need transparency these days. Thank you so much. Y'all, we are definitely going to lay out the transparency for you guys. And so just from that perspective, for me, as the wife, I was caught up in the belief system, right? I grew up with strong single females who, if the man don't work, the man don't eat. If you are coming to a place, like they were rocking it, they were working it, like they were making things happen, and as a result, they taught the young ladies to do the same. They taught the men not so much to go out into work and to do certain things, but like my uncle, like he worked when he needed to go to work. But my mom instilled in my sister and I, no, you gonna go and you gonna work. You're gonna go and make it to where you don't need to have a man. If you want a man, you can have a man, but you're gonna make the moves. You're gonna do all the different things. And so coming from that space, that belief system for me was, you got to work, bro. Like I realized that we're moving, and I realized a different strain. I will help you, but you gotta work. Like we can't not just be sitting at the house. And the problem that I had that he did not share when I was leaving to go to work, because I was in the military, when I left to go to work, he was, up, getting it, we did have kids at that time. We had our son. So I was still dropping our son off at daycare. He was at home finding jobs, looking for jobs and opportunities. Oh. And then when I came home, so when I came home, he playing video games. That's not what we doing after a 12-hour day, and I done worked all day. So I had to, I failed the test the first 2 times. I did. I failed it because my belief system was, you need to work. You're a man.
But then look, this is the thing, right? Because, so we have this going on, especially during that time frame. I have been working since I've been 8. I was a brick mason. I can still lay bricks right now today.
I'm just saying what I was seeing and what your experience and your look. And then I think I was upset too, because the capacity and the talent and everything that he has inside of him, and the purpose and the potential that he has, I was like, what are we doing? This wasn't the dream that we said we were marrying into. This wasn't the vision that we said we were marrying into.
Oh yeah, hit that though, because that's when that fairy tale became
that's when I felt bamboozled, because I was like, we had conversations of what we wanted our marriage to look like. We had conversations of what it was going to be, how we thought that it was going to be, how it should go. We had plans set up. We had all these different things set up in life. And then I was like, wait a minute. Just because you can't find a job, you got all this potential, let's create something. You can be an entrepreneur. You can go and you can do these things. And we made made really good money off of. Like, it was, so just because
It
life,
was enough to pay more of the bills.
just because life throws you something, it's not for us to lay down. And I think because my work ethic is what it was, my expectation that I never communicated to him at that time.
It though.
That I never communicated to him at that time was, we need to have the same work ethic.
So
And it wasn't built that way, but I did not communicate that to him.
So now my question is, have you guys actually, y'all in your marriages, whatnot, have you all communicated your expectations?
Yeah.
Because now, if it's the male or if it's the husband or the wife, now did we communicate our expectation? Because here she had an expectation of something that wasn't being delivered, but here I didn't know. So here I am. I'm getting all of this energy. Not only is that taking place, but I'm dealing with the energy within myself. Like, yo, Slim, I'm down bad. I got to get the move.
Yeah.
I got to do it. So,
Yeah.
and it's like, so ask that question. Have you actually communicated your expectation?
Yeah. So we've been married now 24 years, and while we're loving our marriage now, the first couple of years were really, really rough.
And
we
at 10
wanted,
and 11.
yeah, we wanted out, and on year 10 and 11, we were going through the process of divorce. We were on the brink of divorce and wanting out. And so as a result of that, God spoke to Eric.
Yeah.
And then after God downloading that to Eric, I understood what the assignment was. And I was tired of being who I was, so I started to shift. I started to do things differently because I just wanted to make myself better. It didn't matter if the marriage was going to last. It didn't matter what was going to take place. I wanted to make sure that I was being better for me. And so that's now, we started building, and that was the birth of Marriage Takeover. So we've come a really long way. And even through the miscommunication, even through the unspoken expectations, we've been able to learn some things along the way to now share. Because those unspoken expectations will allow bitterness to be a root inside of your marriage when it's not necessary.
Right.
Make sure that you understand how to communicate those expectations. And just because you communicate them, let's make sure that we manage that expectation.
Right.
Just because you communicate it doesn't mean that it's going to happen.
Right.
It's about making sure that you are
But that's the clarity of it, though. You know what I mean? That's the clarity of it, because it's at least it is communicated. But now it's like, okay, how can we work together to make it happen? Understand this, because this is what we get to bring it back to. If you were with us in October, I put a challenge out for the rest of till the end of the year. I mean, actually, I want you to keep going anyway. But we're gonna have the testimonial next week. It's next week. But
I don't know if we're gonna have it next week.
The week after. I know, before we go into the new year. But it's about the power of agreement.
Yes.
Because the most powerful thing out there on this planet right now is marriage. The reason why marriage is so powerful is because when you two get on one accord, you can literally do whatever you all put your mind to doing.
Yeah.
Period. But guess what? Will always be the thing to come and get us off course. Our unspoken expectations. Our us not having that openness to be able to talk to one another. But can I tell my wife, or can my wife tell wait a minute. Can the husband tell his wife, or can the wife tell their husband their fears and be safe in telling them? Because guess what? That is a part of that agreement.
Questions, comments? So I know we have uncommunicated expectations will bring so much confusion, and yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And then we also have standards should have been set before marriage. And you're right, standards should be set before marriage. But sometimes inside life be lifing. And so sometimes the standards have to be shifted. Sometimes things have to change. And so you have to make sure that you're able to change with the shifting of life.
Gotta shift with
and
them
sometimes, joints. Like I know there were times when we didn't shift with life and we saw the results of that. Honey. And then praise God, hallelujah, for fighting for your marriage. People are so quick to walk away. They are, and it's so easy to walk away.
Listen, okay. Can I be honest with you on that one?
And then don't procrastinate on your expectations. That
Please
is
don't.
so key.
Please
so key. Yeah, I
And
love that. I love that.
And I'm be honest with y'all, man. Be so honest with y'all, like for real. It got around when we was on the brink of divorce. Yeah, I had gotten tired.
Any questions, comments on IG? Go ahead, baby.
That's how I know that what God was doing here was something serious. Because it took him. It's like, no, remember, dude, we ain't running.
Right.
Remember this is what you prayed for. This is what I gave you. Listen, we already have an agreement established.
Right.
So no. So yeah. Did I take some did I take some along? Did I take some scraps along the way? I did. I took some. I took it for the team. But guess what though? Guess what?
Yeah.
Even in all of that, with all the stuff that I have been dealing with, carrying and holding, I sought out to find someone to talk to that can help me to get to where I need to get to.
Now, can we be 100% honest with the people?
What that?
How long did it take you to find somebody to talk
Oh, it took me 22 years. It took me 22 years. When I say 20, wait a minute. In our marriage, we have been married 22 years before I actually went to see somebody. Because, see, this is what happened. The first time, like when we did marriage counseling, our business was all over the church. So that crossed out the preacher man. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to give it another try. But it's like they told me what the word say, but I didn't get no application on how to do it. I say, all right, listen, I got to fend for myself. But that is why even as I begin to grow into the things of God, then I began to understand how to apply some of the stuff, but I wasn't able to understand getting to that root issue, that root cause. But then, lo and behold, next thing I know, my homegirl that's a therapist, to me, she's the best thing out there because, I mean, from the first time we talked, it was immediate change.
Yeah.
And understand, it's a continual process. That's why now I refuse. I refuse to allow the enemy to win because I have the victory, and that's what I'm going to walk in.
So why did it take you so long to reach out to somebody?
Because, remember, back in our day, black folks don't go see no therapist. We go.
So can you help navigate that space?
And so
for somebody who is thinking, who is trying to figure out, like, I got all of this stuff going on in my mind. I got all of this stuff going on. I have all of these weights, but I don't be trusting people. I don't really want to talk to people. I don't be feeling people like that. How would you encourage them?
Like for me, and I'm gonna be so honest with you. The therapist that I have, it was like the bomb. I wouldn't trade because that was the second one. The first one, I felt like I was more the therapist when I went to the session because they needed more help than me. But it's okay, got you. Okay, 1 month, I see y'all later because you ain't helping me. I feel worse when I leave. But what I'm saying is that for one, you cannot look at you helping you as a sign of weakness. No, you're helping yourself to get stronger.
Yeah, and I want to say something too because you said something that was really key.
What was the key, honey?
I went through 4 therapists before I found the one. And don't get discouraged if you go to the first therapist and it's like, that ain't the one. Or if you even go to a coach and you be like, that ain't the one. If you go and you start that process, don't get discouraged because remember, you have, just like a doctor, right? The first doctor you go see may not be the doctor that works out for you. You may have to go and you might be like, I was feeling them, I really wasn't feeling them. Listen, we pay a lot of money for insurance, and I am very and I am very bougie when it comes to doctors and specialists who I see. So I am okay, and I make sure that we pay the good money so I can have a good PPO plan. So when we decide that we go see this one doctor that somebody recommended and they not the one, I don't have to wait to go and see my primary to go and get a referral to go and see somebody else.
Yeah.
So I make sure that we do that because I understand that in life, everybody's not going to flesh and mesh with you. So if that's the case, make sure that you don't get discouraged throughout the process, right? We do marriage coaching. We have marriage courses. We have a membership that we would love to have you guys a part of. But if that doesn't work for you, make sure that you find what works for you.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you come be in our membership, guess what? Oh, I know it's going to work. I know it's going to work. Why? Because I'm a fool. And I don't care.
Don't myself before.
Okay, here you go. I don't mind being me regardless of where I am. Yes, can I get serious? I can. But at the same time, listen, life is short.
And questions and comments.
Questions, comments?
So it says that transparency between couples is real. Feel comfortable expressing your fears. Yes, that is so important. And then people are so fast to say it feels like a friendship and not a relationship. And sometimes in life, if you don't keep the main thing, it's really easy for it to drift off and be like a friendship versus an actual intimate relationship inside of your marriage.
Right.
For better or worse, don't give up on each other. And yes, you want to be able to stand for each other and with each other. But if it doesn't work out, listen. We're not going to tell nobody to stay in their marriage. We're not going to tell nobody to leave your marriage. But if God has said that you should stay in your marriage, listen, we lock in arms, we lock in elbows, and we get in the trenches with you to be able to help you through this journey, because we realize how hard that it can get. But don't be ashamed if it doesn't work out.
Ooh, hold on. Ooh.
Don't allow guilt to sit in and to fester if it doesn't work out.
But again, that's still no excuse to say.
It's no excuse.
I'm ahead for it, because guess what?
It's no excuse. But what I'm saying is sometimes I think people who go through the process of divorce are badgered, especially in the church. They're badgered and they are shunned upon. And I don't want anybody that's on any of our marriage takeover platforms. Now, we for marriages, right? That's who we for. Everything we do is biblical. But I don't want anybody to feel like they should be ashamed. They should feel guilty. They should feel, ooh, that looks good, baby. Rita, the Mayfields, y'all see what y'all did? That looks really good, actually. I don't want anybody to feel ashamed or guilty because they have to go through that process. That's all I'm saying. I do believe that you can fight. I do believe that you can make it work. But sometimes, let me say this.
Hold on, wait a minute.
The timer, baby. Sometimes we get married and
with the wrong intentions.
Not even with the wrong intentions. Sometimes we get married and it's not who God said we should even be marrying. And now that we're in a mess, we're saying, okay, God, save it. And so to begin with, like, God might have showed you all the different signs. God might have done a whole lot of different things, but then you're in the mess, and it might not have been the will for him for you to go through that process. You saying no, baby? You saying ooh?
No, because
sometimes it's not the marriage, like the holy matrimony that God set up for you, because we're so quick to be lustful and to jump in because we just want to be married. Because
now you're seeing that now you're getting married under the wrong pretense.
Right. Marriage is an assignment. Marriage is a call. Marriage is ministry, y'all.
Man, listen. If y'all would believe, listen. If I can sit here and tell you, if you think our marriage is perfect, I told y'all I wanted to. I'm glad that it's cold because I probably almost took a nice bike ride the other day, but. Guess what though? These are the same tools that we're talking about are the same tools that we use.
We use it because they work.
Because guess what? Love is a choice.
Yeah.
If she asks me, honey, why do you love me? Because I choose to.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Because I get up every morning, I still choose to love my wife.
Right.
And so when you understand that, hey, you know what? Because I choose to love, yeah. You ain't finna run me out of here. I always told her. Now I ain't gonna let nobody come in and take you out. That ain't happening. But if you want to go,
right. Now this is good. Somebody says they've been married 40 years. Congratulations for 40 years.
Yes.
And she says the challenges will always exist. It is important to be on one accord. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I love marriage. Like marriage is. I love it. I love what we are in this space. Does it get on my nerves sometimes?
Yeah, I'm getting on her nerves right now.
Yes, but I love it, and I love the journey that we're able to take together. And so you're all like challenges are going to always exist. It's life. Life be lifing. But what happens or what takes place is throughout your marriage, now as a partnership, as a being on one accord, being in unity, like you can do so much together than you can when you're apart. Mm-hmm. So it's so important to make sure that you maintain that unity and keep that core and do whatever is necessary to maintain your unity.
Yep.
Talk, enjoy each other, love on each other.
Cause I'm trying to tell you, married folk got the best inside jokes.
Right, And she said, so somebody else said, I walked away. I'm being transparent too. And sis, I'm covering you in prayer. Right? Just praying that even as you're going through this process, that the restoration process and the healing process takes place in your life.
And hey, and real quick too, listen, guilt, shame, and blame can only come from your past. So don't you carry it with you.
And it says, wow, not all over the church. I don't know. Maybe that was when I said that it's sometimes we shame when we go through the divorce. I don't know. But what? You're right. Not all over the church. And it says my husband,
It could have been back when Dad was talking about when Russia.
Yeah, they put our business all over the church.
Oh,
listen,
yes,
they did all
over the church.
And this is the funny thing. The first lady tried to set her daughter up with me.
Now y'all know I ain't saved. I ain't been saved all my life if you don't know. And so they called me
That's the original gospel gangster.
It ain't the gospel gangster because I wasn't saved all my life, and I think honestly I had been saved all of a couple of months.
Oh yeah, about 1-2 months, buddy.
So I didn't really know Jesus all too well then, and we were going to the ministry, and she would prep up her daughter to make freshly baked cookies after service and bring them to service. And we were going to the same pastor. Wait a second.
Hey, hold on, fellas. Cookies.
We were going to the same pastor for counseling. And so they knew all the weaknesses, they knew all the cracks, they knew all the crevices. And so what was taking place was she was prepping her daughter, and she ain't realized how close to death her daughter almost got. So I was just like, so what you don't do is that. So everything that we were doing, everything that was coming about, she was just like, and she would bring Eric freshly baked cookies after service, and he would be like, "Oh, these cookies good."
Hey, that thing looked at me and said, "Put one more cookie in your mouth."
I sure did. I was at church, and you put another cookie in your mouth if you want to, and you gonna choke on it.
And she cussing in the church, y'all.
And you gonna choke, and I'm gonna make sure you choke. It's sitting right here on this floor. Put another cookie in your mouth.
Put another one in there.
And then I looked at her, and you better not give him another cookie.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not playing them games. I don't know what sanctuary we in. We not playing them games.
That job was hard. Hey, looking back, y'all, we laughed like crazy.
Listen, we're not playing them games. But what is the little TikTok thing? The little song "Talk to Me"? 'Cause I talk back.
Talk to me. I talk back.
He goes up there and try to be nice. So baby, I don't want to say no to the cookies. Don't say no if you don't want to.
Hey,
try it.
Fellas, the cookies. Keep that in mind. Wait.
So let's see what else we got. We says, my husband and I talked it out before going to bed. The worst thing is going to bed on stuff. You so right. You don't ever want to go to sleep with that stuff on your heart and your mind and your spirit. And then they're seeing a therapist about it now. Good stuff. So, somebody said, "I'll be back. Don't leave, baby." Oh, let's see. Let's see. Go with someone that has been married long enough to know how to solve your problems. So the thing was, this couple had been married long. These pastors had been married a long time.
Yeah.
And their marriage would have been an example that we were looking to.
That's a lie. No, not that one. No.
Well, I mean, as far as what you would think, right? When you go and you see somebody, you don't see all
For me, no.
You don't see all the back behind the windows, right? You see that they're providing. You see that their children always seem like they're well taken care of. You see that they're talking to each other. You see that they're loving each other. You see that stuff from the surface front. So in that regards, they would have been that, but it was just they mishandled the situation. And I thank God that I knew God enough to say, God, it's got to be more than this.
Well, no, hold on, no. And this is, I'm going to tell you the reason why I say that is because, understand, ladies, it's no knock on you all. But when you can openly castrate your husband in front of other men, that was a turn off right there. That's how I knew we weren't going to be in this place long. Why? Because if you can openly disrespect your husband, he just going on like ain't nothing, like it's all good, that was a problem for me. So, I mean, for me, no, I didn't want, if marriage was going to look like that, I probably ran for the hills then.
Listen, they say, I finally caught up to the comments, y'all. Y'all funny. So let me see. They say, God, that's the worst. She said, hold on. It said, love is a heavy word that's used so lightly. That's true. That's true. Let me see. They say, I hadn't been saved all my life, so don't push me. LOL. Somebody else said, want a cookie?
Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop.
Trying to give you the cookie. Y'all funny. Try Jesus, but don't try me. I'm trying to try to told y'all.
Hey, y'all better stop. Y'all stop.
You were choosing the wrong cookie, sir.
Hey, you know how you be holy after church, Slim. I had to leave them cookies. I had to leave them alone.
And the good accountant said the apron is a write-off. When you get that apron, Boo, you got it this year?
Say what?
You got that apron this year? She said that's a write-off.
No, this apron about 5 years old. My baby got it for me, y'all, when I started taking grilling for real.
Oh, okay. And then what's that you cook? What'd you cook, babes?
It
looked like the hash browns might need to go back in there, honey.
Baby, I can't do the hash browns. I went by the instructions.
Them not done.
They supposed to be soft.
Baby, the potato not done.
Oh, well, like we might be. God ain't no wrong with that potato.
The potato's not done.
She want mashed potato. That's not a mashed potato.
That's not a mashed potato.
Hey, can somebody tell her that hash browns are not supposed to be smushy?
Drop the recipe. They say drop the recipe. Okay, let me drop the recipe. Well, maybe. So what we'll do is after the live, we'll put a post up with the recipe on it, so that way you can have it. Because if I drop it now, I don't think you're gonna be able to get it because the live doesn't save on the page. God is you and you are Him. That's the truth. And it says, I dealt with shirts for His birthday. And then Jesus flipped tables too. Yes, He did now.
Oh, Lord. No, nobody
Yes,
tell me.
He did. So, yeah. No, so we experienced some things, but we do it again
first
to
off,
be a blessing.
I need y'all to stop egging her on.
I'm on my best behavior most of the time, but I'm saying that right there only because it got us to the weakest point inside of, number one, my life, my marriage. We were the furthest away from home we had ever been. We were finding what we thought we were looking for, which is, again, the safe haven is the church. So you go to the church, you go to the leaders in the church to have the counseling, and this is no bash on the church and church leaders. Let me say that. Because there are some amazing churches out there. There are some amazing church leaders out there.
Let me. This is no knock on this is no knock on the leaders that are doing it right.
Yeah, there are some amazing.
Let me say that one.
Yeah,
we're gonna say it that way.
Yeah, let me say that, Rickers, because I don't want none of y'all coming up with me talking about we church bashing. That's not what we do.
But if your motives are not kingdom, then sir, ma'am, you're in the wrong. You're doing it the wrong way, if you will.
Yeah. So we there are some amazing leaders out there, and we salute them. And so this particular case was not the case.
No.
And they mishandled the situation.
Big time.
But I thank God because He showed us through that process. It's always I'm learning something, right? It's never a failure. It's never a mistake. It's I'm learning something. And as long as I can walk away learning something, it makes my life better. And so even through that process, I learned, okay, what not to do.
Right.
I learned what it does, like what a bad leader looks like. I learned how to because then I started to pray about God, give me the spirit of discernment. Because I want to be able to discern these things if I can't see them with my physical eye.
Right.
And so then it started to birth out what the spiritual gifts were inside of my life and how God was doing things differently. And then it postured me differently. Instead of me going directly to man to solve a situation, it gave me an opportunity really to really seek God. So in this process, God, what am I doing to contribute to this situation? God, how are you trying to change me in this situation? What are you trying to expose in me or to reveal in me so that, God, I can make sure that I'm postured in a way to where my life is worshiping and honoring you? Because if my life don't worship and honor you, then guess what? My marriage isn't either.
Come on now. Say that.
Still eating. You do this every week, baby.
Say that. Hey. Come get amen.
So y'all, that's kitchen conversations for today. It is 7:57.
Are y'all done? Any questions?
Right, now I'm sneaking food. He do that every week, y'all. Every week.
Listen.
Put that food down and wait for your family. Tell them.
Listen. Wait a minute. Any questions, concerns, comments?
Any last questions or comments? E-Rock, him eating.
All day. All day.
Oh my gosh. Listen. So next week we have a treat for you all. Next week we are going to bring the kids into space, and you all get to have an opportunity to ask the kids something. So normally this is the time families are sitting down eating dinner. So if you got your kids, you want your kids to come and ask the kids questions. You guys want to ask the kids questions. We are doing a, like, what is it called? Holiday edition.
Yeah, so family
We're
edition.
going to bring the kids in next week. So you guys get to ask the kids questions. So y'all could, like, this is like who we are, ABC's front and back to front. Anybody who knows us personally knows exactly who we are. But if you want to ask the kids, you know the kids will tell y'all the truth.
Yeah, they ain't holding nothing back.
So
hey, for real though, if you would like to connect with us, please join our membership. Which is for those of you that are on TikTok, and I think it's on Instagram as well.
The link is in the bio.
It's on the link tree. Look at that. Also, if you would like to join our Facebook community,
yes,
that's there as well. But I'm trying to tell you, you get that membership, Slim. It's you're gonna have a lot.
Yeah,
you have a lot. And my thing is, and I want you to understand, for those of you that may be in the middle of a test in your marriage, understand. One, we are here to be a help.
Yes.
Not just tell you what actually walk with you.
Yeah.
Because we understand. Yes. And so we want you to know that, understand that, you do have victory in it. Because understand this. Hard times do come. Yes. They do come. But guess what? Those hard times are made for you and your boo to draw close together as one to create that unbreakable bond.
Right. Hard times come and hard times go.
Right.
Right.
This
so
too shall pass.
Right. It's important to understand that. And so, 24 hours time out. 24 hour business time out. And then
I'm not messing with you.
She said, we've always been amazing. Glad y'all still enjoying life together. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all so much, and I mean that from the bottom of our hearts.
From the bottom of my heart.
We were sharing with a couple who just finished our marriage boot camp, and we are just so grateful because you all don't understand how your support, you showing up, you interacting with us, that means so much to us, and I'm grateful for it. And so I'm grateful for you all. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you for your interaction on tonight. We will be back Monday.
Hey, who gonna be back? Who gonna join us on morning prayer?
Monday morning, couples prayer. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be there at 9 a.m.
Are you gonna be there?
And then again on next Thursday at 7 p.m. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
Hold on, we got last final comments.
Last final comments. They're coming in now. Yes.
KJ, the cycle breaker.
Yes.
She said, y'all are stuck with me.
Thank you, boo.
You stuck with us, Slim.
Yes. Can singles take the marriage boot camp? No. So we have something that we're working on for the singles coming in the new year. So please stay tuned with us. We hear y'all. We just trying to make sure that what we put together for you guys is absolutely amazing and it's what you're asking for. So stay tuned, and we're going to be bringing something for the singles in the new year.
But what I would like for the singles to do, go to our website, download that intimacy book, because I want to get your information so that we can literally send you some information so that we can be able to, I know it sounds crazy. Y'all know I can't talk right. Y'all got to leave it to her. Who laughing?
So it says hard times is the best times when you show each other that you got each other's backs. That's so true. And then Monday morning prayer, you'll be there. Happy to have found you. I'm so glad you guys found us too. And such a beautiful couple. Lovely to see you doing love ministry. Thank you. Hey, boo, and congratulations to you too. Ooh. You just got the award, the international award for your movie. So congratulations to you too.
Oh, let's sing out the man.
Yes, Teresa Sales. Congratulations, boo. We saw that. And then hello, new to your live from Virginia. Welcome.
Yay.
Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
If y'all don't mind, also, if you can do me a favor, check out a lot of our content that's on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe, that stuff too. That would be a blessing. Go ahead, babe.
Mr. Vincent said it looks great.
Yeah, Slim! I put it together, Slim! Yeah, Slim!
And
Thank you guys for the recipe.
KJ the Circle Breaker said, come on here, communion.
Watch out now. We about to pass it.
Oh, we love you guys so much. We will see you on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for prayer.
Hold on, one second. I just really...
Yes.
Somebody has a question that they haven't asked yet.
Marilyn on board?
Because I really need you to ask this question. We might get a lot of questions in, but I'm going to know it when I see it. Because you're like, should I ask or should I not?
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Just go and ask it right now.
Love you too, LOG.
I'm going to give you some time to type while my food getting cold. So help a brother out, please. Oh, I feel Jesus.
We good? No questions?
I just want that. I'm just giving them time to type. Go to do it the short answer. Do it the short way.
Is IG? Honey, did you read the comments on IG?
This one I just
Oh,
read.
okay, you did? Okay. All right.
My food got cold. That's the question right there? What is it?
No, they say will do. They use YouTube a lot. Where y'all from? We in the DMV.
What's that question?
So
Is that a question?
Eric was born and raised. I was just raised in Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay.
So Tony, you in our hometown.
Tony in Tallahassee?
That's what I think he said. He said he was in Tallahassee earlier. And then we are in the DMV area now. We're in Maryland now. So right outside of DC.
All right. We're gonna let it slide. I'm just trying to tell you, you got the question. You better ask it. Please ask it.
Going once.
It's your
You
victory.
went Tallahassee too? Every day? Really? Every day it's been, you went Tallahassee too? What's good, family?
It's your victory. Ask the question, please.
What's good? And you in North Carolina, love the DMV?
Hmm.
No, it's not a question.
Oh.
KJ the Cycle Breaker said, y'all about to have Pastor E flowing.
I know, he about to be flowing. And I'm telling you, when he starts flowing, we ain't going to be able to eat.
We gonna eat because I got.
Oh, you in Fort Washington? We got Maryland. DMV is in the house.
Listen. I don't know because this question has to be answered for your understanding. So ask it. I'm begging because
you want to connect, get some advice? We got a 350.
A 350.
A 350. A free 30-minute consultation. In the link in the bio. So if you want to connect with us, go to the link in the bio. Now I think we might have Monday available, but the rest of the month we're trying to take off so we can enjoy family time.
Is that all right? Is that all right?
Yeah, I think Monday might be the last day you can get in.
For the free.
For the new year.
For the free.
Yeah. How did we meet? We are high school sweethearts.
Tell them how we met.
So we went to middle school together.
Hold on 1 second.
You gonna do it?
We're gonna say this. We're gonna answer this one. But the individual, if that thing found you, please ask your question because I want to answer your question by the time we get to the end. Here we go. Tell them, baby.
So we went to middle school together.
Yep.
I was.
How did that thing, baby? Tell them how I did.
I was already dating somebody else. He
She
came
lied.
up and he was like, "Hey, you got a boyfriend?" And I was like, back in that
No,
time.
I didn't say that.
What'd
I
you
said,
say?
"What's up, Shawty? How you doing?" And you was like, "I got a man."
I got a man.
And I said, "What your man got to do with me?"
Because at that time that song was out.
Yeah.
I got a man. What your man got to do
Do
with
with me, Slim.
So I was like, yeah, I got a man. And he was like, so what your man got to do with me? And
Yeah.
that's kind of the end of that. Then in high school, we reconnected twice. I was a cheerleader. He was an athlete. We ran across each other during the practice. And then
No, during the game, honey. We went
game.
to separate schools. Hey, for those of you in Tallahassee, I graduated from Garby. She
and I
graduated from Leon.
From Leon. And so
Go look us up.
then what else did we do? And then so after that, I needed a date to the military ball, and my date had just ditched me. Like literally last minute.
Yeah.
I was going to get my makeup done at the Tallahassee Mall at the makeup counter, and I needed a date literally last minute. And so I saw him in there and was like, hey.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing tonight?
I was on the counter. She was looking at my
I
bottom.
was like, what you doing tonight? And he was like, nothing. And I was like, you want to go to the military ball with me? Because I knew he had a car.
She asked me, Slim, Hey, but tell him what I did. Tell him what I
And
did.
so he said, yeah, but let me call my mama first. And
Let
I
me
was
go
like-
ask my
I
mama.
was like, oh my God, I got a mama's boy.
That's right. That's right. You got a respectable young man. Boom.
So that date turned into, first it was just a date for me, and then I was okay, we were cool, we were done. He kept calling and kept reaching out, and I was like, do I really want to do this? Do I not? And then we kind of made it official that we were going to date, and that was history.
And fellas, I'm gonna let her embellish on that because I was not keeping calling and all of that. But it's all good. I'm gonna let her embellish on that. It's cool.
You
It's
didn't
cool.
ask our neighbor, hey, what's her number?
Ask your neighbor.
Yeah.
Ask my neighbor.
Oh my gosh. So let me
Come
see. Do we
to
have,
me.
Lord have mercy. So, and that was,
Don't be
we
afraid.
graduated.
Yeah.
We
Go.
graduated. He went off to college. We continued to date. And then right before I got my military orders to go to Alaska, Fairbanks, Alaska, we decided we were going to get married. And so we got married, and it's been
Boom.
history since then.
And it's been a roller coaster ever since.
Let's see.
Is a question came in?
Let's see. I'm looking.
So y'all know y'all want to hear me tell the story because y'all know I'm gonna tell the truth. She tried. She hit the wrong. So what had happened, right? So when we got to high school, it was our junior year. So I'm getting ready for a wrestling meet, and she says, and she's outside, and I was like, yo, what's good? So I'm trying to talk to her, we like catching up, that kind of conversation. Then my coach come out and was like, hey, E, we got to get ready to wrestle. I was like, all right. And I told her, I said, you just wait. What I tell you, baby? You just wait.
He did say that.
What I say?
You gonna be mine.
Watch out now.
He did say that.
Watch out now.
He did.
Woo!
So we do have a question. It says, how do you save a marriage when the wife keep bringing up papers?
How do you save a marriage when the wife keep bringing up papers?
Yeah.
Now I need to know what papers you talking about. You talking about toilet paper?
Probably divorce.
Writing paper?
Probably divorce.
Are you talking about divorce papers?
Yeah.
So because
And we got another question too that just came in. So
because there is a fear that's there, and so what you have to do when those things keep coming up, because what's telling me right now is that you choose to love. So you got to continue to blanket your love even the more, because then you can be able to find that help that's needed. But you have to keep blanketing the love, because you're choosing it. Because one thing that we men know how to do, even if we don't know how to do it, it's in our DNA. We still know how to lead. So in this point, you really might have to show your vulnerable side, but then you're going to have to, like this, you're going to have to literally die. When I say die, I'm talking about as Christ died for the church. You're going to have to literally sit self, not on the shelf, but self aside, meaning the ego, the pride.
yeah.
Because you got to allow her to literally see you so that she can really open up, because then you begin to see where that fear comes from.
Yeah.
I know. How can I trust her? How can I really be vulnerable with somebody that's going to always come and say, yo, I want to end this? That's love. That is unconditional love to the T.
And then
come see us.
that too, but if there's a fear there too, it's really about creating that safe space for them to be able to share why they have that fear, why they want the divorce, why they want to leave, why they want to go, why they keep saying that, and then pay attention to the cycle of when they keep saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got to be a cycle. Every time this happens, you say that you want a divorce. Every time this happens, you say you want a divorce, to try to pinpoint where the root of the fear is, and then look at the cycle of the family history. Sometimes we go through the process of...
I'm listening. No, I'm listening.
Sometimes we face some of our toughest battles when we're right at that brink of breaking a generational cycle.
Right.
And so just paying attention to all of that.
Right. And that's one thing as far as with us at Marriage Takeover. We help couples win in their marriage by identifying the triggers and breaking generational cycles.
Right. And we, they say it's always a different story. You're right. I'm telling y'all, he always got a different
No,
story.
it's not. That is the same.
So I hope that was a blessing to you, that helped you.
You
And
said
then
there
we
was
have
another
one,
question.
we do have one more question. It says, how do you deal with a husband that is always dismissive when you're trying to discuss things. That's good.
So how did you want to tell them how you dealt with me? Because I'm going to help you out real quick.
So when wanting to communicate, it's extremely important to make sure that the timing is right.
Yep.
Right? So making sure that when you have created a safe space, right? Because like we're going, things are taking place. See if you can schedule a time, right? Hey, babes, can we schedule some time so we can, talk about this? We are true to that. We just had to push back our pillow talk time because things have gotten really busy. But we've trying to now make a point to where 11 o'clock, it used to be 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we are in the room, TV is off, my phone is down, something is taking place to where we're now just locked on each other.
Baby, your phone down for real.
Last night it wasn't. But I asked for grace. Did I not ask for grace last night?
Grace.
I asked for grace
Grace
last night
was sufficient for her.
because I had to work really late and I didn't get a chance at all to check on, to look at
scroll.
to look at
Scroll
social
me.
media, check emails, and do certain things.
But
it was a jam-packed day.
But real quick though,
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna need you to already get there.
I forgot what I was saying.
See them? That's it. So,
No. Creating that safe space, because sometimes it's not so much as what you want to say, and sometimes people, it's a challenge to have difficult conversations. Like Eric was, when we first got married, like we didn't really know how to have conversations with each other if it wasn't fussing.
Can I just sum this up
Go
real
ahead.
quick?
Go ahead, baby.
Hey, real quick.
I'm sorry.
I understand that you all have those issues, but I want to ask you this question. When was the last time you actually affirmed your husband? Because a person that affirms, you get to that soft place to where I can't just keep dismissing you.
Right.
You feel me? Because then when you begin to affirm your husband, because this is how you feel. I'm not talking about no manipulation. Listen, cut that crap out. Because we can see through all that. But when you begin to affirm your husband on who he is, man, you are the best thing since sliced bread. Ooh, I love the way you move, babe. I love how you provide. I love how you go out and get it. When you begin to affirm, God, I love even how you just begin to. I love just how you look at me. You understand what I'm saying? You got to begin to affirm your husband.
Yeah, that's good, babes. That's really good. Affirm him and then schedule that time. Because you still got to schedule the time.
Yeah, you still got to talk.
Make sure it's the right time. Because sometimes what's right for us may not be right for them.
So I'm going to ask you a question. Like some of y'all probably want to use a public bathroom, right? Because you don't like the atmosphere.
I gotta be going real. I gotta go
right?
real bad.
But
public restroom.
You'll use the restroom in your home because of the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's good.
So you have got to set your atmosphere. So if you're gonna schedule the time, set your atmosphere.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I cannot come. You can't say, "Oh, we're gonna have a deep conversation," and we just got through. And you just heard me talking with the boss and whatnot. No, you can't do that. So you got to set your atmosphere.
That's good.
So when you are affirming your husband, set the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because all of that comes out of love. Not out of fear, not out of spirit of manipulation, but out of love, unconditional love.
Yeah. Try it out and let us know how it works next week.
And then, if you need some help, schedule a 30-minute consultation. Yeah, it's free.
It's absolutely free. You can ask anybody who's done our consultations. Anybody who's it's absolutely.
You can ask anybody like you know them.
Absolutely free. And and we don't ask for anything. If you want more support, we're there to offer more support through the different things that we offer. But it's absolutely free, and we make sure that before you are offered that call, that need is met.
Right, and so real quick though, and I'm grateful that you asked the question. Because this is, I know that person still haven't asked that question, but it's okay. You're going to have to sit in it because God gave you opportunity to ask. You've been praying about it, but you ain't heard nothing. But he gave you the opportunity to ask. So we're grateful. We thank God.
And our IG is at Marriage Takeover. We are everything, all social media platforms at Marriage Takeover. So YouTube, IG, you already know TikTok, Facebook,
everything.
everything at Marriage Takeover.
Last
Questions,
one.
comments?
And Mr. Vincent said you have to let go and let God and get in marriage takeover.
Aw, thank you.
Vince said you gotta let go and let God and get marriage takeover. Praise the Lord.
Thank you.
Hey,
Do the
but
consultation, guys. You won't regret it. I promise. And I promise y'all, we didn't pay nobody to tell y'all that.
no,
I promise
we
y'all.
didn't pay him. Trust me. Look at this
Yeah.
kitchen. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. No.
Hey, but for real though, hey,
Sign up. If you haven't already, go ahead and sign up. Hit that link in our bio, Coretta, and go ahead and sign up.
hey, real quick, hey, fellas.
You as well. Y'all sign because we don't have that meeting for Monday because I'm almost positive Monday is the only day we're doing it next week.
Hey, fellas, walk by your wives and pitch them on the booty and say, baby, I love you. Just go and pitch on the booty. Boom! Girl, I love you. Woo! Boom! Hey, give me 2 pitches in the Ric Flair. Woo!
Playing by the food.
Hey,
All right,
I'm about to wash my hands there. Hey, though, we love you guys.
So much.
We love you guys so much. Hey, big shout out to my man Vincent in the Mayfields. Appreciate y'all.
Yes. Oh, question came in?
How do you save a marriage when your husband is emotionally unavailable?
Ooh. That's... This is what we...
That's a good question.
Hold on, what you
I
got?
don't know if we have enough.
So how do you save a NA? NA?
What's the NA?
You gotta help me out with the abbreviation. Okay. Hey. Now that's a question. But I mean I'm gonna say it to you just like this. If he's emotionally unavailable, you have to continue to show the love that you have, not to gain back, but just continue to show the love that you have.
Well,
And you hold on, give me one second. Continue to show the love that you have, but you also got to focus on you.
but you also want to have the conversation.
You got to.
Even if
I was gonna get there, honey. But okay.
Even if you need a mediator, right? Sometimes our spouses are emotionally unavailable. Was the word that was used, right? Emotionally unavailable, because they don't know how to deal with the emotion. And so being able to have somebody
Ooh, Lord.
to help them so that they feel like it's in a safe space, that
Yeah.
they feel like they're going to be heard, that they feel like they're going to be seen, that they feel
Atmosphere.
like they're going to be valued when they
You got
do
that one,
speak,
honey.
when they do speak their mind.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah.
And so somewhere along the path, something has allowed him to shut down because he feels safe.
Right.
And so now what's key in this moment is helping them to figure out, number one, why don't you feel safe? And how can we make you feel safe?
And how can you feel? Yeah. Dang, that's it right there. And for real, please grab our 30-minute consultation. For real.
And oftentimes, let me say this as well.
It's
Oftentimes, it has nothing to do with you as the spouse.
It really don't.
Oftentimes, it's a trigger or it's a root from something else that has happened inside of their life. And as a result of something that was said, as a result of something that was done, because you're the closest to them, you feel the brunt of everything. You get the lashing out, you get the walls, you get all those different things. And so now it's helping them to understand, to see, number one, that they have shut down. And then number two, how can we help you to unravel this emotional situation so that you can understand that, number one, it's okay for you to feel the way that you're feeling. But then number two, let's talk about it. Let's make sure that we're getting it up out of the system. Right? We got to get it up out of the mind, out of the heart. You have to confess it. You have to speak it. Let's deal with it, because sometimes we have it so impacted, ingrained inside of who we are,
right,
because it's so jam-packed in us that it's this big, humongous thing that we don't know how to deal with.
Say it, baby.
And the moment is like this huge elephant.
Yeah.
And so with an elephant, you can't eat the elephant all at one time. So you have to take little bits
bites
and
at a
pieces.
time. Right.
And once you start to unpack the little pieces, then you can see, oh, well, now let's get to the core. Now we can unravel everything that's come from the core.
Right. There it is. That's it right there, Slim.
Yes.
Someone also asked, any tips for a relationship with kids, no break from the kids, live out of state from family?
Ooh.
Oh, been there.
Yes.
Schedule.
Can we, I want to tackle that one since we're going to have the kids, since we're going to have you guys on next week. Can we tackle that one next week? Screenshot it?
Hey, yeah. Hey, we're going to tackle that one next week. But real quick, schedule. Might be some late nights, but schedule. That's what helped us.
Because, yeah, what we did quickly was,
deep,
I said quickly. What we did quickly was, not only did we schedule the time, but we did a lot of stuff in-house.
Right.
Because we were away from our family. Like, we went from Florida to Alaska.
Right.
And then from Alaska to D.C.
Right.
And our family was still in Florida. So we had to learn how to still have date nights. So we would do candlelight dinners in the living room. We would
send them suckers to
because
bed.
I don't trust everybody with our kids, and so we did candlelight dinners in the living room. We would send the kids to bed early. We would now that our son is older and he can watch his sister. Then when we have date night, hey, can you watch your sister for a night? Can you do this? So it was we would start to, as they got older, to then go out to do other things. But initially, we did a whole lot of stuff in-house.
With them.
We would give them...
No, I did not. No, I did not do it. It was her idea. Go ahead. I know what you're about to say.
I think I am covered by the statute of limitations in every state that we have lived in. I am not giving this advice for anybody else to do this. I am telling you and I am sharing you what I did. I would give my son Benadryl. I would give my daughter Benadryl. They would go to bed early at night so that we could make sure that we
we could enjoy. They was itching a little bit, so we wanted to make sure they didn't have no rash or anything. So we gave them a Benadryl. They was itching. Listen, I thought they might have we thought they might have a breakout, so we gave them Benadryl.
And we also let them know the importance of mommy and daddy need time together.
Yeah.
So now that, like, my daughter, she's a teenager now, she'll ask, hey, when was the last time y'all had date night? Or
she's a date night recorder.
Right. Or if we have to go on a date night, she understands, oh yeah, you guys do need your time. So now she's respecting the boundary that mommy and daddy need date night.
She's a teenager. Yeah. Y'all get out of my house. Go be in your own house.
And I don't know what the dynamics are inside of your house either, but quickies during the daytime. If they're out at school,
hey,
quickies.
Listen.
And if they're in school, wait a second. And if they're in school, do like the happy hour during the daytime.
That's what we did. Those was fun.
Yeah, the happy hour during the daytime.
Yeah, we did the happy hours.
You could go and get the little appetizers that are, half price. You might be able to
talk,
get your, drink or whatever, have a talk, have a good time, and then you can go pick the kids up.
Yeah, that's why the island long. We had to get it in where we can fit it in. Praise the Lord. Go ahead.
So I hope that was a blessing.
That was it. But we're going to keep into it too on next week.
On next week.
That's it.
What if there is no time to schedule time to talk with your spouse, conflicting schedules?
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. You saw, and that's the thing. Now everything has to be intentional.
It's gotta be intentional.
It has to be, because there was once upon a time where we would catch each other in passing, because I worked late and she worked daytime. Well, she was still military, and in passing. And so, but then we also knew what the phone looked like. So we was like, some things that had to be done like ASAPington.
Yeah.
We might have had that conversation over the phone. But in our passing, I must say, because we might have been because we saw so little of each other, but we really did not waste that time. Looking back on it, we really didn't waste that time, but we was very intentional in that time. And this was the funny thing. That was in the first 3 years of our marriage, yo.
Yeah.
And so during that time frame, we was very intentional about that, because we had to be. Because we wouldn't have nobody else to ask for help.
Find that one layer of time that works for the both of you, and don't let anybody else take that from you.
So that means that's going to be, hey, bro, man, you better text your boo, let her know, hey, baby, I'm just sitting here, I got you.
Right.
All on my mind, girl. Hey, y'all, you got to spend that time, because it happens.
I can't see the other questions, comments.
It happens.
Good.
All right, we good? Hey, we love you guys, man. I want to eat my pie. Yeah, I got to eat now. I got to put it in the microwave.
Okay.
We done been on here too long.
All right, you guys. Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Remember, Monday morning, 9 a.m. prayer, Eastern Standard Time, and we will see y'all on Monday. Have a great
Monday
weekend.